Why Americans no longer prefer sons over daughters. Parents in the U.S. used to want to have boys, but this is no longer the case. In 2008, two researchers published a landmark study. Gordon Dahl and Enrico Moretti studied parental preferences. They analyzed U.S. Census data from 1960 to 2000. They concluded that on average, parents favored sons. This conclusion was based on two findings. The first had to do with divorces. If a couple's first child was a girl, it was more likely the father would leave. 3% more single moms had a female firstborn. Fathers seem to prefer male children. Of course, there could be other possible explanations, but there was another finding. This one applied to families that stayed together. A female first child led to more children in the future. The fertility rate of families with a female firstborn was 0.3% higher. Parents likely had more kids in hopes of having a boy. 0.3% may not seem like a lot, but it translates to 220,000 additional births from 1960 to 2000. Things have certainly changed in the 21st century. In 2017, researchers updated Dahl and Moretti's analysis. They used 2008 to 2013 census data. Female firstborns were still more likely to have a single mother, but the difference was just 1.5%, half of what it had been. The second factor had actually reversed. Families that stay together and have a girl first have fewer future children. It looks like the preference for sons has waned. Other studies have looked at adoptions. Fertility procedures were also analyzed. They often allow parents to choose the sex of their baby. To varying degrees, these studies have found a preference for girls. First and second generation immigrants still prefer sons. They are more likely to keep having babies after having a daughter. Across cultures, the bias against daughters is common. It has been closely tied to women's second-class status. Sons have been more likely to be successful. They're also expected to carry on the family name and earn money. But the status of women in the U.S. has changed. They are now more likely to pursue rewarding careers. They have a greater role in family decision-making. They are also more likely to be college graduates than men. Men without college degrees are struggling to find a job. Psychologist Michael Thompson studies the development of boys. He has his own explanation.
There is now a subtle fear of boys and the trouble they might bring. Parents think, my son might have ADHD, might not fit in as well in school. There might not be jobs for him.
Most Americans still prefer to have a child of their own gender. In a 2011 survey, 31% of women wanted a boy, 33% wanted a girl, 49% of men wanted a boy, and 22% a girl. Part of the reason is simple. Parents want to share interests and hobbies with a child. Today, girls play sports and do other formerly masculine things, so fathers might feel more of an affinity for them. Women have gained more decision-making power in marriages. They are now more likely to be single mothers. This means they might be exercising their preference more often. Gordon Dahl, the original study's author, says,
It could be men are just as biased as they always were, but have less of a say in having another kid.